Ayubowan Automators from Sri Lanka to the world. Ready to work smart and make your life easier? Let's invest a little time now to build a hassle-free tomorrow with Beroxv Tomorrow. Have you ever been in this situation? In your company, maybe one of your responsibility is to prepare a standard report every month or every quarter. You have a standard Word template. Your job is to update it with all the new information, new numbers and new analysis and maybe some images one by one. And also you may have to do some calculations. Those calculated value you might have to update into the standard Word template. It's not just boring. You can also make some mistakes, right? And what if the data changes last minute? For example, let's say now you have already prepared your Word template, then you got to know that the reports that you use to take some numbers for your standard Word template has some revision. So you have to do this, you have to do it all over again. This is a practical common issue that almost every company faces. Like, let's make this even more real with a common example here in Sri Lanka. Imagine you are working in an audit firm, all right? You receive some reports like tax return monthly or quarterly from IRD on behalf of your clients. Based on that information, you have to update your standard company template and send it to the client. And here is another difficulty. Those reports are usually PDFs. So you have to open all of those PDFs and look for the right numbers and then manually type or copy paste them into the standard Word template. And remember, so those PDF can include so many pages, more than like 5 pages. So you will have to go through each and every page and find look for the right numbers. It's a huge headache and takes so much time. Well, what if I told you there's a way to do this automatically? And trust me, this is a solution that everyone can learn to do easily. Just imagine this for a second. What if you could automatically extract only the specific text, numbers, and tables you need from those all of those PDFs. If there are some numbers without tables, you automatically those numbers also prepared to the will be updated to a table. And also if there are any calculation to be done, those calculation also automatically happen. Then have all that extracted information, calculated values automatically get updated into your standard template. And in a few moments, you receive the final perfectly updated Word template. Amazing, right? Today I'm going to show you how we can do this using Alteryx. The idea is really simple. We have our standard PDF format, we have our empty Word template, and we have an Alteryx workflow that acts as a magic bridge in between. It does all the difficult work for us. It extracts the data from the PDF and does all the copy pasting into the Word. Okay, enough talking. Let's jump into my screen and I will show you how it's done. Alright, here we are on my screen. Let me open the Alteryx app. Here is the app interface. It's very simple for any users. Here we just have to connect the PDF folder path from here, and then we need to select the location to save our final output from here. And finally, here is where we have to browse and select our Excel file. Let me do these things first before explaining you. So I will browse the input file. So I have a sample input PDF folder in this. This is the PDF folder. Let me show that one as well for you. So this is the PDFs that I am going to use for my demo purpose, and then where it has to be saved. So I'm using the same folder path in here. And then we need to use an Excel file. Excel, I will explain about each input file. Let me first do this one. All right. First, let me quickly show you a sample Word template. So, this is the Word template. As you can see here, there are placeholders everywhere with double curly brackets. These get replaced with the information mainly from the PDF and also the values that we selected in the Excel file. To show you these placeholders, I have temporarily highlighted those things to clearly show you guys. This is the second part. In here, you can see normally in a report, second page has a letter normally. So here at the bottom of the letter, there is a section. It also gets updated dynamically based on the input file. It will place the correct signature to here and also the relevant person name, mobile numbers, email, etc. designations likewise. And also this is the main part. These are the tables. So the values for these tables also will be populated mainly from the PDFs. But in the PDF, we have the just numbers. But before printing those into here, Alteryx does the necessary formatting calculation. After that, it prints to here. And also one more thing I have to tell you in the PDFs. So in the PDF, it does not have the tables as like this. It's having some rows here and there numbers. So I set some targets in the Alteryx to find the relevant numbers from the specified pages. After that, do the calculation formatting. So after that, print that's in to here. All right. And the other thing is, look at the last page of the Word template. This is the team profile section. Team profile section also gets updated with the relevant team members details, and also it even includes their profile images as well. All right, for the moment I'm minimizing this one. Now let me show you the sample input file the user has to update before running this app. This is the sample input file. As you can see here, it's very simple. Anyone can understand this one. User has to update the client name, end date, issue date, the client name, list of entities, some of the there is placeholder to choose relevant values, something like this. In the second tab, this is where we have to select the relevant team members to be added to the Word template using simple drop-down menu here. So I have updated all the team members' details separately in a separate database. Everyone everyone is in database. So we can update more people if we have. So for the moment, we have these 3 people, numbers, email addresses, image, and if he has a signature, digital signature, image name, the position, location, etc. Since user does not need to see these database, I'm going to hide this sheet to keep it clean. And then the signatory information tab, we can select whose signature should be appear on the letter section of the Word template by clicking on this drop down menu. We can select relevant person like this. That's all about the input file. Now let's go into the PDF folder. So this is the PDF folder. So this is where we have to bring our all the necessary PDFs. And one more thing, since for my demo purpose, the PDFs I'm using is very confidential. So I have certain details from each PDF. To get a basic understanding, I will show one PDF. I use this one for my client specific requirements, but you all can use your PDF based on your own requirements. So let me open one. So I remove some of those things. Basically, this is a complicated report. There are values here and there with some rows. It says the tax amounts, financial values, financial some numbers. So my ultimate purpose here is to extract certain dates, numbers, names, and tables, so on. As you can see, data in normally in a PDF usually not structured properly, right? So I set some targets in the Alteryx backend workflow to extract only those specific numbers I need. I will further explain about this extraction part when I'm explaining about the backend workflow. Simply, we are just giving the Alteryx this PDFs. Alteryx does the rest of the work, but like converting the PDF into text and then extract the relevant numbers which we need for the printing purpose, doing necessary formatting, doing necessary calculation, etc. After that, it prints the values for the report. For now, let me run the app and see the generated final output. So let's run there. So we have connected the input file, PDF, and where we need to save the final output and the input file. Let me run this one. To be honest, to run the app, it will take around 3 to 5 minutes. It depends on the number of the PDFs we are importing. Literally, it takes time to convert the PDFs to text. So let's wait and see how many time it takes to run the app. After that, let's open the final output. Okay, let's see the generated output now. So let's see that one. Yeah. This is the output. So you can see it's the name of the Word file also got updated dynamically based on the client name that we have put in the input file. So let me open the report. So you can see all the placeholders got updated based on the values from the PDF and also the input file. So here, these tables, this letter, let's see the letter section as well. So the placeholders has been replaced and also interesting very nicely. The signature part also populated to here, signature, person name, designation, phone numbers, email addresses. And also the main part of the word report is populating the numbers for those tables that also nicely updated company names and the relevant amounts based on my client requirements. So, and let's go ahead and see the final part, last page of the report. You can see it got updated based on the value that we selected in the input file. Nicely placed here the images, the profile image, and the relevant team members details. See, this whole process from updating the input file to running the app would take, let's say, like around 15 minutes. Still, it saves us significant time compared to a manual work, right? It would have easily taken a half day or even a full day. Now, let's go to the backend Alteryx workflow. That's where it happening all the magic. So let me open the workflow from here itself. We can open it. Let me edit the app. All right, here is the workflow. Let me show you the overall view of the workflow. So you can see this is the workflow. Seems like by looking at this is quite complex, right? But trust me, most of the Alteryx tools here I added based on my client requirements because I needed to format all the PDFs to text converted details properly in a way my client expect. So so in that situation I had to do this section mainly for the formatting section and also extracting values numbers from the PDF and doing necessary calculation, converting raw values into tables, etc. That kind of things happening in here. Otherwise, nothing is complex here. So I won't go into detailed explanation of every single tool. So I'm here to explain main things like how the workflow converts PDF to text here. This is where converts the PDF. We are giving the PDF folder to here using this directory tool, and then it converts the PDF using this tool, and it saves the converted text into a Alteryx database. After that, it starts doing formatting from here. Then after that, so basically, I'm telling it formats the PDF, it converts the PDF to text, it saves the that data. Let me run this one first. It saves format the data. It format the PDF to text, and then that text table will be saved to a Alteryx database, and then it start doing the formatting, data preparation, calculation part here. After that calculation part happen, it print the values to the Word template. So you don't need to think much about this complexity right now, this data preparation part here. Exactly, this is where it complex, that because of my client expectation. If I start in, simply create a small simple workflow first to try it out. I will try my best to explain this in short, simple way. First, here is the PDF text extraction conversion section. PDF to text conversion section. I'm using this PDF to text tools under computer vision palette from here. So just keep in mind this tool requires an intelligence utilization. It's very simple. I connected the PDF folder using this directory tool here. It looks at folder where our all PDFs have been saved. For best practice, I added a filter to make sure we only pick up PDFs files, ignoring anything else if there are any files not relevant to PDFs. So then we have the extraction. Because my PDFs were tricky, there are so many information in there, like one PDF has around 14, 15, 30 pages. So since I need to get all the values in there with accurately, I had to repeat these tools 2 times. In that one is using text extraction option with the read text and image content, and the other one with read text content only. After that, after doing this conversion part, you can see here it shows the output in the sense that text to PDF to text data. This also having the same output, with sometimes it's different. So after that, what I did was I saved those output into Alteryx database. So this is what it runs from it runs in the workflow first. So I added a control container to set Alteryx to tell Alteryx the order to run things. First, it runs the PDF extraction. After that, it runs the Word template part. So you remember we had a sample, rather standard Word template. So every time this workflow runs, we need to get a copy of that original template. We can't edit that original one because we need a in the future we need that one. So what we need to do, our purpose is we are taking a copy of that one, simply like we have a book, we are taking say one page from that one, one page of that one, and writing whatever things we need in that uh, page that we obtained. So similarly here also what we are doing is same thing. From here we are defining few things from this folder. What this formula tool, what we are doing is we are telling Alteryx, this is for the let me show you. So here you can see this is where input word document standard word template is. All right. So and then we are telling take a copy of the standard word template and save it to the below path, to this path in the output folder. Save it like this, and also with the client name. Client name we are getting it from here. So this is where we have the client name. So we have the input, output, and using this formula tool, we are updating those fields. So this is the input file path, and this is the output path. And for the output path, we are preparing the Word template name as well, like this ABC, by taking the client name from here. All right. Now we have these values here, input and the output. Now what we have to do is we have to take now we have the input file, we have defined input file path, output file path. Now what we have to do, we have to take a copy of that standard Word template. To get a copy with the same formatting without any changes to that standard Word template, because it has all the things nicely formatted, all the things is there. So we need to use this blob input tool. So we are defining the input, we are defining where the standard Word template is. So then what from this section, what we are doing is we are passing the output path to here. So then using this blob output tool, we are telling to Alteryx to save that copied Word template to that path, file path, output path. That's what it happens. So that's running after running this path, this control section, this PDF extraction section. Now we run this one and then this one. It creates empty template in this folder. In this folder, it creates an empty template first, like this. So far what we did was we converted the PDF to text and create a copy of the standard Word template into the output. Then what we had to do is we had to do the formatting for that PDF to text converted data. So for that one, we are again bringing that Alteryx database from here. We have that Alteryx database here, and then we are doing the necessary formatting. So I'm not going to explain each and every formatting here. Ultimately, the purpose here is to get the values for that specific tables that I've shown you in that standard template. In here, you can see this is a one output ready to print to the Word template. This is a one table. This is one, and let's see the other one as well. So this is another one, and let's see this section as well. So this is another calculation. So these are the three tables that we are going to print to the standard Word template. How we are going to print those things? Since Alteryx, even though Alteryx has the tools like printing the values to the Word template, but since in our case we have our own standard Word template, so in that own standard Word template, it it has a fixed location with this standard tables, right? In the in our standard report. So let me open this one again, the sample. So we want to tell Alteryx to print that prepared data, like this table has to be printed to here, and other value has to be printed to here, something like that. Since Alteryx built-in tools does not have a way to tell the specific tables that we need to print this information to, I had to use a Python script for that one. So using Python script is simple Python script which I generated using AI. So you can tell your requirements. For example, like I have these values in the orders. So I have these values. I'm telling then I have to print those things to the table number 3, table number 4, something like that. Then generate a Python script for me, something like that. That's the similar thing I've done here. So let me briefly explain this Python code. You don't need to be a coder to understand with Python. Let me explain in a simple way. So you can see here what we are to run the Python tool and to run this script. What we have to do is we have to give some connection in the sense we are telling Python script, this is the one data set we have. This is the one data set that's coming through the connection number 1, and this is another data set we have to print that's coming with the connection. This is the connection. Let's see, connection number 2, and all the things are data. I'm giving this data through these connections, and there is a one connection because one connection related to output path location. Now I'm giving this data to the Python script, but I have to tell Python script where my copy of the standard template is. So it's giving through this one. So you can see there is a one connection here. I'm passing the output location from here. From here, I'm giving that one. Let me explain simply this one. So it loads, first the script loads the library that allows Python to talk to the word template. Second, it reads the file path. So I'm giving the file path through this connection number 4 like this. And then I'm telling for each connection, for example, now this connection, the values in this connection has to be printed to one specific table, right? I know the table number, so I'm telling print the values in the connection number 4 to the table number 4 2 or something like that. This is what I have defined here. So here we are telling table, this is a table 1, print the values to table 1 and table 2, something like that. Read the connection number 2 and then print those to table number 2. So that's all about this one. So you don't need to be coder to write this one. Even I did this using the AI. So you can do the similar one. So now we format the PDF to text and create a copy of the Word template and save that in the output folder, and then we print these things to the copy report. Now that's all right. Now we have done the main thing, like main purpose of our project is to update the tables from the PDF values. Now we've done that one, and then we have to do necessary formatting to the Word template. Formatting in the sense we have to update the placeholders with the placeholders like that you have seen the placeholders. We have to update these, cover the values for these placeholders, and we have to update this thing, and we have to bring images to here, and we have to bring the values to here, and this has been done already using that Python tool. And the rest is the other thing is this replace bringing the images and populating the values name and the his other details to here. So it's happening in this section. Let me briefly explain that one. Okay, now let's look at how we handle profile images and signature images. How it uh, copy pasting to the Word template. It's a very important if you want to share workflow with others. So this is a very important tips. So since I wanted to export this work because I created this one for client purpose, I had to give this workflow to him, share with that workflow with him. So so in that situation, I had to export this workflow as a package. So when I'm exporting this as a package, if I want to include that images, so I have to convert that image folder. So let me show the image folder. So this is the image folder. This is where we have the images and the signatures with the name. So if we want to attach this image folder as an asset to the Alteryx package, we have to convert that to a zip file. Otherwise, it doesn't include as an asset to the package. So in that situation, I had to do that one. So what it does is every time I will delete this unzip folder, what it does is now we have the zip file. So I'm telling the flow. This is where I have the zip file. All right. So and then when we are running the folder, when we are running the workflow, we have to unzip that one and create a temporary image folder of the unzip temporary image folder. So even we can do that one manually. So I don't need to do that one also manually because we major part of all the things happening I wanted to make it automate all everything without any human interpretation. So what I'm doing is I wrote a simple Python script for that one. What I want to do, my purpose is unzip every time in the sense now we have control container workflow run this one first, and secondly trans this one, thirdly trans this one. So when it runs this section, after that it runs this section. So take the zip folder. You don't need to think about this errors that because I click on that X tool. So in that case, it's very sensitive. So in that situation, it gives some errors, but don't worry, when we are running that one, we won't see that errors. So I'm telling Alteryx, this is where I have the zip file, and then create a temporary folder of that zip folder to this below. So this path, so the same path. So Alteryx, the Python tool. So let me open the Python script. So you can see here, first it reads, you can, I mean like, you don't need to be understand about this one. So how it works is it reads the location of our zip file, and then it unzip all the images into a temporary folder location also we have defined using that Python formula tool. All right. Thirdly, this is the important part. It creates a list for us. List for us in the sense, list for us in the sense you can see in the Python tool output has this kind of a list. Okay, this is where we have image name and also the corresponding location of that image. So this is in this location, this is in this location, this is in this location. All right. So I will tell the purpose of this one later. Simply just imagine like now in the next process, what we have to do is we have to print the image and the relevant data, relevant members details to here. So when we are telling all Python tool, next Python tool to print those things to here, so we want to tell Python this is where the relevant image file path is there is in. So he's looking at this file path and take a copy of that image. Copy of, in the sense, he takes a copy of that image from the temporary folder Alteryx created and paste that in the Word template. That's why we need this file path. So that's what it does using this Python tool. It unzip the folder and also it create a list like this. And also again, I'm telling, if you don't need to do this unzip part if you don't need to share this workflow with anyone else. Now the other thing is, now let's go with the image, the team member section and also signature details. So now here from the input file, we have defined the team, we have selected the relevant team members that has to be on the Word template. So we have selected this person, these two people, user member, team members. So now we have this, so we have these things, Dilshan and Buddhi and their image name as well. So what we want to do is we want to take the image. Now we have the image name here. Now we want to take the image location from this list. That's the simple thing. So we are using this find replace tool, and then we are so use is like a lookup. So what we are doing is we have the image name here. So I'm telling this tool to this is very sensitive. That's why it gets errors. So you don't need to worry about that one. So we have the image name. Find that image name from this list and grab the file location to here. So it gets the file location like that. We have that. All right. So similarly, signature detail also we have that file path. So this is the final formatted details which is ready to print to the Word template. So this is the signature related details. So when we are printing the signature details, we have to use this tool as well to transpose tool to make it vertical. So now it's like that. This is what we are printing to the Word template to here for each row. In this is here we have a table. So this is a table we are telling to print. We are telling to print these values to each row here. And also now this is a one Python tool. This is another Python script. So for that one we are passing team members details. This is the team members details, and also we are passing the signature details and the image location. So I will explain this one little while. So before that one, so in this Python script there is another one. It's a simple placeholder replacement as well. So basic information. So there is this section. So here, remember, in the input file, from the input file we updated the client name. We update. Let me show the cleared one. We update the client name and the client name, client company name, dates. Now we have to update those things as well to the Word template. So I want to do all the things using the single Python script. That's why I'm passing these value as well to this same script, Python script. So I'm passing this one also to here and this one values as well to here. So let's now have a look at the Python script. Here also I will tell the basic thing. Again, we are define the output word template location. You can see here, this is the location connection. So we are telling that one, and also we are giving these values. So what we are, how it works is first, now let's talk about this one. So I'm telling Python to print these values to the specified table. So we have this is a one table. So this basically this is a table number 0. So I'm telling to print those the connection number 6, connection number detail, connection number 6 values to the table number 0, and take the image from this connection number file. Yeah, take the image location from this one. So and also here also we are telling from the same single connection, I'm telling take the value table values, the values to the team profile from here, and take the location from here, print those things using this location. So and the other thing is the placeholders. Now in the placeholders you can see what I'm telling to the Python is, so in the this is one column, column name is column name is names, and the other thing is client name. So how I define those things in the script is, I'm telling Python, hey, look at the values coming from this connection, read the column, take the value of the client name column, issue date, etc., and then print those into the placeholders. So I define a placeholder. Remember we had this placeholder. I define those things here. So you can see. Let me show you that one. So what I am telling is, this is the Alteryx connection column header. So take the value of this column and replace that to the placeholder, this one, client name. You can see client name is this one, and the issue date also, take the value from this issue date column and replace that to the paste that to here, something like that, very easy. And also here I define some font sizes as well. So client name should be 22, that because should be quite large. So that's why I had to define those things. So everything you can, based on your requirement, you can do anything. You can define anything. You don't, that's for sure. You don't need to be a coder. You ask Gemini. Gemini is a good one. Gemini or even ChatGPT. You can ask to create a script for you. That's all. I'm not going to explain about these Python codes. These are also based on the client requirement. Like I had to update, for example, I had to update the header names properly, and I had to highlight some values using this Python script. That's why I had to use those things. That's the only thing here. There is no any much thing. So very simple. Even you can ask Gemini or ChatGPT to create a script, and you can test this out. So this is the full workflow. Before I wrap up, I want to say one thing. Please don't get confused or scared by how complex this workflow looks. Remember, I built this specifically for very unique client requirements. So I had to add a lot of logics to handle their messy data, do some calculation, formatting, get a nicely clean Word template. That was the reason. So the logic actually simple, and the best part, you don't need to be a coding expert. You can simply ask, you can go to AI like Gemini, ChatGPT, explain what you need, saying something like, write me a Python script for text to replace text to a Word template, and it generates the code for you. So give it a try. Start small. You will be amazed at how much time you can save. Alright then. Thank you so much for watching this detailed breakdown. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. And if you enjoy this Please hit a like and subscribe to Beroxv Tomorrow. Ayubowan, and see you in the next one.